Welcome to the Search Hustle podcast. We got a good one for you today. We've been going through some emails, the things that have happened in our office within like the last month, and we're getting a lot more business owners who are getting more involved in their marketing efforts and trying to understand definitions and concepts, and so we're getting people that are coming in from a conference and they're just sitting there like, hey, have we ever done this before? Have you ever done a meta tag in a meta description before on an image? And things like that we end up having to more answer and dial into instead of focusing on SEO efforts that are new. And so, William, why don't you take it away?
Whoa. Hold up. Before we do that, okay. I got to call you out. You can't put a meta description on an image, bro.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, leave it to the ads guy over here.
Yeah, okay. Right. Please specify your job title, sir.
Yeah, okay, yes. I'm the business owner, and I'm asking you to put a meta description on something.
Fact.
That's what we're dealing with.
And done.
All right. William, take it away.
Okay, yeah. No, just beginning of conversations lately have been... I just took a marketing class, and I'm in my mind immediately. I'm like, fantastic! You took a 1 hour class, a 4 hour class. What you got up there now? We're not gonna cover the layers and layers of material that and marketing theory that we've baked for months and years into this project. We're gonna, in the next moments, I'm about to hear a cherry picked component of either SEO or the ad strategy or the content or the blog page or a meta description or an image file name. Somewhere in the next few moments, I know I'm going to hear it, and you guys are in the same calls. What about this one thing? And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm just like, this is just bizarre to me, You're a business owner, like you have a marketing company that you've hired, like your whole job is to grow that business, to work that business from the inside out, to scale that company. You trust us with the marketing components. I love that they're scaling up their marketing knowledge, but we're not talking about scaling up our marketing knowledge. We're talking about, I've got my eye and my mind around one word, geofencing. Are you geofencing for us? You haven't even given us an ad budget. Like, how could we geofence for you? So it's like,
geofence our SEO and make it only work.
Geofence our SEO.
Yes.
So I don't know. Every time I hear it in the calls, I'm immediately, I'm like, here we go again. And I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think in your minds when you hear those things?
Oh, it's like an internal eye roll most of the time, where there are words that I won't say on this podcast that I typically say to myself. But yeah, it's just the result of an algorithm, and I think we're going to see more of it because it's this culture. The AI wave is kind of creating this culture of, you can figure this out in 5 minutes, and AI will let you execute it in 5 minutes.
You can replace your marketing company in 5 minutes.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like you're building a house, and you're like, oh, you know what? We need stainless steel, fixtures for this, and you're only concerned about that one thing. Meanwhile, your foundation is getting poured lopsided, and your electrical is going in
but you
the
have
wrong
a foundation
way.
poured.
Yeah, exactly. But you got those, stainless steel pieces on order.
Yeah.
Because you lock that in, and it's
so in that analogy, building a home, you've got I'm assuming concrete specialists and walls and stud specialists and electricians and plumbing specialists, and so that's really what you have at a marketing company. You've got ad strategists, you've got SEO strategists, you've got web development strategists, you've got social media and content developers, you've got branding specialists. You've got so many different specialists, and really everyone has to specialize in a good marketing company, right? If everyone's a generalist, you're just not.
Yep.
You really don't have what you need to survive in 2025, 2026 with how AI does allow everyone to be a generalist. And so you're trying to, your digital footprint is your house that you're building, And you get over to Gemini or in a course, and all of a sudden you're a digital footprint home builder.
Yeah, and AI is always gonna try to give you a concise conclusion to any question you're asking.
Yeah,
I was thinking about this too, like this huge difference of oh man, what was it exactly? But the purpose of AI, right? Like context, and a specialist can give AI so much more context that we can save time when we do a specific
like the prompt
task.
engineering.
Exactly. Like, so if you as an uneducated person, not, you know your business back and forth, and you can give context around your business, but you don't know what AI is not telling you, and a specialist would know what AI is not telling you or be able to give extra context. It really comes down to a lot of people think they're saving money with AI, but I think at this point, you can only save time with AI.
Yeah, and then they what business owners don't realize is that you have to continually swim upstream from your business, and you can only swim upstream through your own lenses. Marketing companies are really good at identifying 3, 4, 5 avatars, and then trying to swim upstream as that avatar. You've got Scott, who does social media and content for avatar-specific people. The way he's writing it, the context, what he knows their needs are, the pain points, the benefits that apply to them. And business owners, they forget to swim upstream because they think they know what the client needs. Two, they've lost a lot of times as the company grows. They're going to lose sight of those pain points that they started that business for. These are the things that they got to keep discovering and keep, working with their business, their marketing company, not trying to say, I know my clientele, I know A through Z avatars, Gemini, what do I need to make sure my website has today, 2025? Oh, hi, I'm Gemini. Let me tell you about meta descriptions.
Yeah. What was the thing we were talking about, Dusty? I sent Dusty this video. I might have put it in Team Comms, where Google sent out this video of from a marketing agency where they interviewed this guy about how he leveraged Gemini to make this huge breakthrough for a marketing campaign, and it was super edgy. And all it boiled down to was the guy did exactly what we've been doing for 2 years and said, oh yeah, we used it to create these new avatars for this company to build a marketing campaign off of that they had never thought of before. It's like, we've been doing that for over 2 years now. Like, as soon as AI came out, that was the first thing. And Google's out there touting it as like, ooh, this is like, and then Dusty, you made the point of like, by the time you hear about something.
Wait, somebody ripped what we did 2 years ago? We did that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Avatar development through review generation.
And Google interviewed them and sent out an email and was like, this is the latest thing that people are, it was last week when they sent it out. And
that's crazy.
What was the thing you were saying, Dusty?
Well, I was just saying, like, a lot of times, even for us, like, technology's been out. We're now hearing about it and getting access to what's probably been available for months or years at this point. And so, trickle that down, business owners are now hearing about this thing that we've been doing for 2 years.
Right.
And they're trying to, they're getting, what really is happening is they're getting a cold email, or they're going to some conference to learn about marketing where they are trying to sell you on their services, and they give you all of this stuff that we've been doing for 2 years, and now it's brand new, and maybe it's our fault for not telling our clients as much of what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, but
or telling the world.
Or telling, apparently.
Yeah,
we could have been on Google.
There was a moment where we could have shared that recipe.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point. I think you had said, Dusty, last week, was like, these guys are only telling you the stuff after it's like they can't milk it anymore.
Right. Like, think of like course creation stuff.
Yeah.
All these guys that have made $100,000 selling AI coloring books. Well, they're making a course now because that fad has been now fading.
Right.
So
the marketplace is crowded.
Now they need another way to make money on that to get any kind of extra income off of that while they pivot to the next thing. And so, like, those courses come out after the boom has been done, and people make these courses and they're like, well, why isn't it booming off like it did for this guy? And it was like, well, he did that 3 years ago,
Yeah. Exactly.
It's just the old story, a fad hasn't become a trend. And so once a fad becomes a trend, it's different because then you've got to get from across the chasm from early adopters to early majority. And so a lot of these concepts or these things can't ever sell to early majority, especially in marketing. So your best bet is to not even try to worry about innovators, early adopters, early majority, and it's just to say, here's our concept we discovered. Look at us, we're the most genius thing ever, and then turn around and sell your old traditional crap that you've been selling the whole time.
Right.
We're cutting edge, but we're still doing the same thing we've done.
So true.
What does Reddit have to say about business owners that step up to their marketing companies and are like, I took this 101 course, it's like almost equal to a credit at a college.
Yeah.
I took it to TCC and...
You're giving some people way too much credit for starters. They're going to a 45-minute Chamber of Commerce luncheon.
Okay.
Yes.
Getting a 15-minute speaker.
I had a 1-hour course. The PowerPoint was branded and on point. It was probably 20 slides.
Yeah.
They really told me to focus on these things. And what's hilarious is every time they bring them to us, we pull it up and we're like, it's been there for 10 years.
Yeah.
And here's where we've already done that for you.
And we've
That's
even
the thing
phased
that
it
we
even
end up-
further. Look, here's 5 steps further we've taken that. That knowledge you just mentioned, every single photo is a WebP. Every single thing is XYZ. Everything's under 100 KB. Everything's under 45 KB if it can be. You know what I mean? Like I could take that dialogue 18 steps further than that one little piece of info. And I'm appreciative.
Yeah.
I don't want dumb business owners, but at the same time, like, it feels dumb when you're like, but you should be on the sales side. Like, are you answering your calls within a certain amount of rings? Are you interfacing with your client every single time the same way every time?
Have you gotten a 5-star review in the last year?
Have you gotten a 5-star review in the last 6 months? How about worry about your reviews? Every time we mention, what happened to the reviews? Yes, you got it up to 200, but like we could be, if you kept on it, you could your foot on the metal, you could be at like 500.
And as an agency, I think where the pain point for at least for me, where it's starting to happen is we have 40, 50 clients. They all start questioning things. Now it's 40, 50 meetings.
Not all.
Not all of them, but
let's say 5%, 4 or 5 of them.
4 or 5%. So that's a 30-minute meeting for each client, and it's going to be more. I guess that's my point. Is it's just starting right now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have more clients that are submitting tickets on things that we've already done that then we have to like read.
It's not even in the tickets.
address.
I don't even see it show up in the tickets. It's more so in the meetings where we're talking about the next phase, what we're doing over the next quarter, and then I hear out of the mouth, I took this marketing class, and I'm like, God, give me a break. What does Reddit say about that?
Yeah. Well, I took what I could find and dropped it into ChatGPT and asked it to do a Comedy Central style roast for some of these scenarios. And the first one we have here is from one of our AI hosts saying, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very special guest. Give it up for the business owner who went to one tech conference and now thinks he's the ghost of Steve Jobs. This guy learned what ChatGPT is last week, and suddenly he's storming into marketing meetings like he's cracked the Google algorithm.
Oh, my God.
Calm down, man. You didn't discover fire. You just discovered a YouTube tutorial.
I'm like, this guy's walking into our meetings like he just learned how to create fire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm almost certain I saw that point on a YouTube tutorial a decade ago. Yeah. And like Google, we're at the edge of Google queries changing into AI queries, into, machine learning really being able to handle a lot of the stuff we used to go to the SERPs for. And so I hear these questions come in. I'm like, wow. Boy, these marketing people running these classes, they really were successful at their marketing companies, weren't they?
Yep. and they charge boatloads for this stuff. I think I signed on to a webinar a couple weeks ago. I think I was telling you about that, Dusty, where it was like an AI master prompting system, and I got in there and they didn't answer any legitimate questions that they asked for in the chat. It was all just a narrowed down sales pitch, and at the end of it, they introduced a course for building an AI master prompt system for your business.
But did you buy it?
$10,000? Hell no.
$10,000.
Yeah, it was insane. I was like,
they only need a couple sales.
I did the same thing last week. I took one of those calls. Like, we'll get you 5 to 10 meetings a week, warm leads.
Oh,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. And then, so I went through the whole pitch, and same thing. $10,000. It's one of those. We'll work for you for free if we don't get you this result. But then it was $10,000 setup fee to set up the systems, and you're
Nice, I
like,
like it.
what? Like,
yeah.
What are we not charging for? We should be charging
everything.
before we even hit a website. You're already setting up a $10,000
and a
funnel system. Like, that's
It's
crazy.
insane money. Yeah.
You know, it used to be business owners would forward these spam emails. Hey, you know, your site is blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not ranking for XYZ keyword in the GeoCity. And I'm like thinking to myself, awesome. For one, you don't even have a page or any footprint in that city. Two, you've never even mentioned that keyword in the 5 years we've known you.
Right.
When I look at the keyword volume, it's like negative 300. You know, it's like a reverse search of some sort.
Yeah.
And so then when we talk about it, and I'm like, well, here's the real query in your local, because a lot of these clients are local query based, unless they're, you know, a national client for us, which we, you know, the local SEO the SEO for those are significantly different. But these local SEOs that are SABs, service area brands, or have, you know, brick and mortar in the market, you really have to focus on those geos that they have footprint. If it's a SAB, it can be more. If it's a brick and mortar, it's usually less. And so these scrapers will send you this obnoxious email of, you know, we found 15 things wrong with your website. You go and take a look at it, and it's just all total garbage and lies. And so that's what we used to deal with business owners. They would forward that stuff. Now, all of a sudden, for something switched where they're taking a, you know, like Scott said, a 45-minute course, and all of a sudden you hear a word like geofencing or what else, you know, my left atrial equilibrium is off on my image inventory, and I'm like, what are you talking about? This isn't the Matrix, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you just mashed up together 16 different words, and you had a buzzword, and you want to know about it, and like, we're not talking about the layers of your marketing. We're not talking about the different parts of your pipeline. We're not talking about the multivariate system. We're talking about a bolt on a screw that holds a piece on your engine that's a part of a larger system here. You want me to talk to you about a bolt?
Right.
And just so you know, I've been recording your phone calls as they come in, and you're not answering them or telling them that you don't do the service
Dusty
when you
does
do.
when we have calls like this is he'll share his screen, and he'll show me that they're not even answering their calls. They're going to voicemail. They're legitimately leads coming in, and they're not answered. They're not handled well. The sales reps don't even know what they're doing. But we're talking about a bolt. We're talking about a bolt.
Oh, Scott, tell the story of how you used one of our clients. You tried to use one of our
Former clients.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I had to stay home from work for these guys to show up between 8 and noon. Call me at noon. They're like, we'll get there by 4. Gets to 4, they say, we're not going to make it today. We'll come tomorrow. I'm like, I already missed work for this. And they show up. I mean, I don't even remember how all that played out, but I ended up going with a whole different company at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It was like, you're my client. Like, I actually have a relationship with you guys, and you're not taking care of me. What are you doing to the cold calls?
You're not like getting
I'm not getting a discount.
Too, Scott, and I had the same experience.
Yeah.
And every time we would meet with them, we would talk about, you know, leads, a lead count, and Dusty would always pull it up, and the call count was always high, but their inability to close deals, that's a real pain point for businesses. We don't really touch sales. We're really just digital marketing, and we understand that's a pain point. But like when you're talking to your marketing company about more leads, you always have to start with, well, here are the leads you get. How are you doing with them? If you get 10 leads, what's your close rate? 10%? Oh, okay. Are the leads low quality? No. Are they needing what you are selling in your market? Yes. Are you answering the phone correctly? Incorrect. Do you have the same script and experience every time? Absolutely not. Do you show up when you say you're going to? And I get it, it's tough in plumbing, right?
Yeah.
In HVAC. But are you at least calling and keeping them? No to all of the above. But then when we get into the marketing, we're not getting enough leads. And it's just for Dusty to have information on their forms, on their calls, on their tracking, Google Analytics, GSC, all of it in a Looker Studio presentation with GADS. It's just so obvious that, don't take a marketing class. Don't go take a marketing class. Go take a sales class. Go take a front of your store class, right? The restaurant has the front room and then the back room, the kitchen in the front room. Go do better at having the same. What's the book we always tell owners to read, Dave? E-Myth
Revisited.
Revisited. Talks about this same experience over and over again for clients. Then take a marketing class. Because we know it's not you, then it could be us. What can we do better? What can we look at?
Well, and just to clarify, too, it's not like we're dogging on anyone who wants to know more about marketing or be more involved.
Speak for yourself.
It's the people... Well, okay, but we have clients who love to be involved in the marketing, and we meet with them regularly. They're involved. We're collaborating.
For sure. That's different.
But then you'll get somebody who pops up once every 6 months just to complain about something obscure.
100%.
And they're not involved in their marketing at all. Day to day. We can't get them in a meeting until it's time to complain.
Huge difference. Huge difference.
And to go back to the ads thing real quick, when it comes to that that whole mindset of trying, they're worried about the leads and not worried about how they're doing on their customer service side, is because the lifetime value is always overlooked when it comes to referrals. Like when somebody comes in from an ad, like, yeah, that's a 1-for-1 thing there, but that person might stay with you for a while. But especially plumbing, different service-based businesses, the referrals that come from that are going to trickle down. And if you are terrible or don't even answer the call when somebody comes in organically from
it's repeat business and referrals. It's repeat business. It's referrals. It's not just that ticket.
Your goal shouldn't have to be that you always have to pay for ads. Your goal should be that the ads get you to a point that people know that your business is worth it. And we can
pull the ads back a little bit.
Yeah.
The guy who painted my house last year missed out on 4 clients because of his performance at my house.
That's a fact.
I had 4 people who were like, let me know how he does because I'm getting ready to paint my house. 4 different
Same in my neighborhood.
Could not recommend them.
I bring people in my neighborhood Facebook channel. They want to know who you used. And right away, a $10,000 project can turn into a $40,000 or $50,000 project and more. So we're looking at, my marketing company spent $3,000, generated these leads, but then you didn't show up to that one lead or do a good job, and that's you and your product and your service. And so we've been blessed not to have clients in the last 5 years that can't get good reviews. I don't know if you guys remember, but maybe 7-8 years ago, we had to take clients on that couldn't get a good review to save their friggin' life. It was almost like bad reviews only came in. We haven't worked with anyone like that in a while, and I've used that a little bit to vet some of these clients. I don't know if y'all remember, but man, we had business owners that would like pee on people's yards and like get oh my god, we couldn't do anything to save these people from themselves. And so thankfully we're not dealing with that. A lot of multi locations, franchises, very large and successful SABs. So I'm not mad if you take a marketing class. I have a marketing life. I have a group of marketing specialists that I interface with. I don't need points from a 14-minute slide deck.
Well, you don't go to your mechanic and then follow him out to the garage and say, have you heard about these oil filters you're supposed to use? Are you guys using those oil filters?
Are you using that oil filter, that new oil filter? Correct. That is what we do. That's a great example. And so I think that's how I take it. Like, you came to me with your car. I am your mechanic. I am your digital footprint mechanic. We build digital footprints.
Well, and it's the oil filter, you mean, that I put in your car last time? That's what we're dealing with.
We're talking about...
We use a filter every time, actually.
We're talking about the oil filter that we put in last time. God.
or you go to your mechanic and say, oh, thanks for all the service you've done and you've kept this car going great, But there's a new guy down the street, and he's using that buzzword that I found on TikTok. So I'm going to be switching mechanics just because.
For sure.
And that we deal with that constantly. It's like, oh, yeah, we got you to page 1. We doubled your leads, tripled your leads, but we're going to be switching
went
vendors
from
now.
2 million to 3 million. Went
Yeah.
from 3 million to 4.5 million. I mean, had the biggest year ever. Saw growth, saw success. You liked us. We liked you. Never missed a meeting. Oh, well, we're going to try out this one company. I'm like,
I got this cold email the other day, and it was like mind blowing.
And don't forget, marketing is sales driven, not for us. I mean, our leads do come in from SEO, relationships, and ads, but like, we don't have salesmen out there building relationships. Many industries do, and many marketing companies in this industry, they do. And so that's our choice. We don't have people out there doing that, and maybe one day we do. We've just been blessed to have national clients with national footprints, SABs that are connected to franchises. We've had been very fortunate working with large franchises, emerging brands, franchises that are 30, 40, 50 locations. Have never loved working with SaaS companies. We've worked with a good handful of SaaS companies. It's not it's tricky. Learn a lot, but man, it is so tough. E-commerce, we work with some good e-commerce.
I think that's just the best part about being 10 years in now is we can select our clients.
Yeah,
like we can say, sure. I don't think we'd be the best fit for you.
Yeah. No doubt.
Because there was a time when you kind of got to take what you can get.
We did. And I forced all of you guys to mold with that project. And so now I see, where we bend and break when I take on, a certain field client that's trying to sell certain seeds that are regulated in markets they're trying to go into, and everything's trending away from them. Like, hey, I sell Polaroid, or I sell Polaroid cameras, and we're like, I don't know if you knew, but that's died long time ago. Or we sell printers, and I'm like, oh god,
newspapers.
Like, we get clients that run newspapers, and we're just like, well, we can build you a pretty website, but man, we can do some things, but man, I don't want to inform you about your industry, but
or products that can't be transported over state lines. Those are fun.
We've had to work in some gun industries, we've had to work in some ammo, we've had to work in some industries that we just had to learn as we went. All fun. That's what we do. All
right, Dave. Well, do you want to lead us out with a few more Reddit, ChatGPT roasts when it comes to people who are
Let's see.
business owners who are
I had one I wanted to close with here. Closing roast / toast. To the business owner who thinks cost per click is a personal insult. May your conversions rise, may your ad spend make sense, and may your next big idea involve letting the experts do their jobs while you take a nap. Or better yet, go to another conference and leave your agency alone for a week.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit us up if you have any questions or want us to look at your website and see what your marketing company.
We'll roast you. We'll roast you on the show.
Yeah, we'll do it right here.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.